Hello, good morning everyone. It's very nice to make this video again. Today I want to share. Actually, I don't prepare anything what to speak today, and so it's quite challenging for me to share an idea that I don't prepare before. So because I need to learn, improve my skills. So basically, initially, I want try to answer speaking question and practice because probably today I will give my speak to my speaking tutor, Mr. Brian, but I doubt that I can practice it because I use my phone to record my speech right now. So basically, I don't have two equipments, two smartphones. One to record this video, and the another to look at the questions in the WhatsApp group. But instead, I have another choice, and it's not really bad to make it as a topic to discuss today, and it is the speaking not speaking, it's listening paper that I filled, yeah, not yesterday but a couple days ago, and I got score what is this 35 right, and so far it's pretty good, and I feel gratitude that I always stable in 30 or more. So it's quite rare for me to got less than 30. So my score in listening basically already sevens mostly, but it also can reach into the 7.5 or 8. And if I want to take an official test, I hope that, of course, my score more than 7 is even it reach 8, like this one, 8 score 35, and I hope that I reach that. Even though I don't have a plan to take an official test at the near future, because we know that it's very expensive, it's very costly to take an exams of IELTS, and also it's quite challenging too. So I need to prepare well and make sure that I can pass the grades in the first try. If I didn't, if I don't, so it's kind of useless to take this exam because it doesn't have value and feel useless and doesn't mean anything. I just waste my money and time. Of course, I want to share in the listening session, there are four conversations as I remember. The first is mostly about the personal informations, and it's mostly about two people who told each other, most of the time about calling from the phone. This is from my experience, even though I believe that not always like this, and sometimes it could be different, but from the answers that I from the questions listening that from the question listening that I answered, mostly it's about phone call, about the two people in the conversation, and about man and woman. And yeah, in this section I got I talking about city transport lost property inquiry. So basically, it's about a woman who lose her suitcase, in airport, not in airport, but on taxi. When he out from the airport into the highway, and mostly the first conversation it's account for 10 questions, and it's about personal information and also about office and about occupations, and about name and about address and phone number, and for most people it's the most easy sessions of the listening IELTS. But for myself, it's the most challenging because it's not easy for me to spelling the name of people. If I got to spell name of people, so I never make it right. I'm always wrong in that question, and it's very different with common people, I guess. And then the section two, the section two is still about conversation, if I'm not mistaken, but it's quite a little bit different here. Um, because probably I made a mistake from because from this question the section 2 is not about the conversation between like two students or a student with their professors and something like that, but it's more about how you say it is when you listen a presentation, and yeah, so it's only one speaker to give a presentation, and this is about map. A map is very common in the IELTS listening, so you need to understand very well about direction, about the north, where the south is, and also about the up, down, besides, and opposite, something like that. And I'm not very good at this, but not that bad too. So basically, I make one mistake here, as you can see that it's number 15. It should be cafe in the C position, but I make it here. My answer is F. It's not that far, but actually it's a very mistake. Still, it is mistake, and my answer become wrong. Um, and after that, this is most easy for me when I answer the IELTS test in listening. But to match this about A, B, C, and then you match this is very easy because it only contain A, B, C. You only need to understand about it, then you listen it mostly in sequence. So basically, it's a very easy. How you say it? Very easy. I think there are more appropriate words to express it, but I don't really know. I think I need to extend my vocabulary, so I not use that very much. I don't need to use very so often. So and also I want to limit the way I say so in the language. Okay, then I answered. All my answer was right, and I feel happy and glad, and I feel joyous. I feel cheerful. Yeah. I try to learn a synonym, but synonym in a more advanced language. I mean, like how to distinguish between use and utilize, and then to ask or to acquire or to post. Because the post is C2 level is very interesting word, and as I said before in my previous video. And okay, now we try when we try to go the next session is the section 3, and it is how you say it, optional answer, ABC answer A. This is for me is the task that I enjoy more, I enjoy very much, and most people don't like it, but for me I'm really happy if I got this ABC answers. I need to answer all of this, and yeah, I got it 5 straight right here, and also here I'm also in the section 3. Mostly the people feel a challenge to answer the section 2 and 3, but for me it's easy because I got it right. So the last section is fill the blank. We say it fill the blank. It's also not that different from the first section, but the topic is quite distinguished. I mean, in the first sections, mostly the vocabulary is around the personal information. So you need to understand about job. You need to learn about spell, and then you also need to learn about the numbers and another personal information. and also that the vocabulary that's pretty much in A1 or A2 level. So basically, it's a very easy vocabularies. But in the other hand, in the section 4, the last section is quite more challenging because it's not the conversation anymore, but more like a presentation. It's truly a presentation, and then you need to answer the blanks one, and the vocabulary is more advanced, but still is less challenging than the vocabulary that you find in the reading section, in the reading IELTS styles, because in the reading IELTS styles, it's not only about about the vocabularies that's so advanced, but the sentence also very complex. It seems like the compound complex sentence very often you find in the reading section, and there are many positive and then an abridgment and also an inversion. So it's kind of stressful to understand the passage. But here in the listening, it's more easy. But of course, for me it's more challenging because it's about listening and then you to reading too. Because you need to reading the passage, right? And then you need to listening what the presenter idea, and then after that, I need to spell the vocabularies very well. So basically, it comprehends from three tasks. It's listening, it's reading, it's also writing. And of course, you need to match your answer with the grammar from the sheet too. So basically, you need to understand about the writing very well to answer the listening task. And yeah, this is the challenge from the listening, in my opinion. So most of the time, it's not that I didn't listen the answer from the speaker, but it's just that I spell it incorrectly. So even though only missed one word or too much, more than one word, so basically that I make a little slightly mistake, so I consider wrong from examiner, even though s in the last words to as a signs of plural or singular. So it's quite challenging to this. And yeah, the thing I think you need to notice before you give your answer is to read how you say it. You need to read here about one word only or no more than two words, and probably you also need to somewhere like with the correct letter A, B, or C. I think if we already learned about this listening test of IELTS, we find it's not that challenging. But the first time when I answered the questions, try to answer the question, it is very stressing because I didn't know at that moment how to answer it correctly, how to fill how to fill the answer sheets. And yeah, it's not that I didn't know the answer, but the format for the answer is difficult to understand. So this is the reason, even though you understand very well about English, still you need to learn quite a while to before you got test IELTS test. Yeah, because there are many experience that the people who have many good understanding in the language, but when they try to take an IELTS test, they give it easy, and when they go to the room for the exam, they confuse themselves because they don't have a clear idea how to answer the question. And the time very limited to answer the question. It's only about 40 minutes if I'm not mistaken for answer this listening, and it's about 60 minutes for 60 minutes for reading. I think the it can be less than 40 minutes in listening. Of course, it's very depends on the audio, because when listening is there's not the exact time, but how much it will spend. But mostly it's about let's say it's about 35 to 45 minutes. I think it's the most people will spend to take this listening test. and I feel very nice here. And probably the next time I will explain another kind of section of the IELTS styles like writing and speaking and reading. And I love reading very much, and I think that I always get a good score at reading because I love reading in English. So basically, it's kind of my strength and my weakness, of course, speaking. So I need to practice more. And I don't really know about writing too. So basically, I quite pessimist that my writing can reach the seven score, even though the seven score is, the set score for the IELTS. I mean, if you got the seven all the bands, so basically you can enroll into most university in the world if you want to go abroad, and also if you want to find a job, the seven band is something that quite good, and because it's C level, C1 level English, so it considerably advanced language skill. So it means that you already fluency in that language, even though you of course still make a mistakes because you are a not native speaker. And yeah, I make much mistake here in the section one. I got three answer wrong. Three answer wrong. I and my answer is about the journey detail. The date and time is about on May 13 actually, but my answer is on the evening, so of course it's wrong. And the color travel from the airport, but I answered from the station. It's also wrong. And then it is something that like um, the words that the question about name or address that I always make it wrong. Here, those city which mean wrong. The truth is those 30, and I don't really know how to pronounce it because when the question like this, the speakers always spell it. So basically, it's the most easy answers, the most easy question in the listening IELTS. But for me, the most challenging because I'm not very good at the spelling. And then the section two, I got it one wrong only. So basically, it's a good. And then in the section three, I got it all right, and it's very great. And then this section 4, I got it one wrong too. So basically, the personal information is the most challenge for me to give the answer from the IELTS styles. Okay, I think that's all about the listening IELTS thoughts I want to share with you. And today I don't have special plan to, but of course I need go to the course place and learn. In this period, I learn about first is about listening. We're kind of scoring listening. Then after that, it's about scholarship SI, and another subject is writing for task one IELTS. It is quite challenging, but I'm already got the pattern, so I think it will be easier in the near future. So I probably will be better, and I hope that. And another thing that I learned in this period is speaking IELTS. Yeah, of course, the speaking IELTS part 3. And I don't say that I really enjoy it because, in the speaking that the tutor give you feedback and you wait to got the feedback very long. Gotten the So basically you wait in the room doing nothing and we play game basically. And yeah, it's not that something cheerful, but it's okay to me. Anyway, it's very nice to give this conversation, and the things that I want to learn is to keep the information when speaking because uh, people say that my intonation too flat. And yeah, I don't think it's a problem, but probably people become boring easily if we speak very flat without much intonation. So give much emotion in that words. And thank you for listening me until this moment. And yeah, I want to try to learn about tenses too and how to use it correctly. So basically, when I speak to a people, that's probably the examiner, and I can give my answer with a good grammar. because sometimes the examiner is Indonesian, and the Indonesian very strict with the grammar thing. And this is from what I hear from people surrounds me. If you got an examiner, native speaker, they more towards to your fluency. So if you can speak very comfortably, and you deliver your idea very clear, and you get the good score. But the Indonesians examiner, they turn to you to to look into more grammatical error or something like that. So it's more challenging. And yeah, I want to say that good morning to you, and I want to prepare my daily activities today, and bye.